I still call myself a woman. And every time a word drops from my mouth, it feels like a bar of soap slipping through my fingers. Hi, my name's Jack, and I'm transgender. Now, let me take a guess at some of the thoughts that are probably running around your head right now. I knew it as soon as Miss Hanson said, boys on that side of the gym, girls on that side. And I knew Eddie would be like, Mari, you go on that side 'cause you a dyke. Which is stupid. Because dyke means lesbians, and lesbians are girls, not boys. And I'm just trying to ignore him, play us like pawns, and relentlessly confined into living up to gender roles and having absent minds. I call myself a woman, and it feels like an accident. Like a 6-car pileup right outside city limits. Like you were so close to home. You were so close. You could have been exactly what they wanted you to be when they wrapped you in the pink blanket and the doctor said, girl, and they were so happy. Whether or not you noticed it, when you first saw me, you probably thought, oh, she's a girl. And I don't think you did notice it. I don't even think you did it intentionally. Because in our society, we have a tendency to gender, male and female. And I, like many others, don't fall neatly into male or female. Because I am gender fluid, a gender identity outside of the gender binary. And the long and short of it, for those of you who are wondering, is at any given moment, my gender might go, haha, you're the other one. Packing for vacations is rough. But it doesn't just affect me, because hundreds of thousands of kids, teens, and adults have been forced into people who they aren't because of this tendency to gender. So, a program featuring poetry, questions for God, or just anyone who's listening by Ashe, Vernon, and Little Game by Miss Benny, as well as Prose Mari by Philip Dawkins, and How to Talk and Listen to Transgender People by Jackson Bird. Transgender. Does that mean they're actually a man or a woman? Huh, I wonder if they've had the surgery yet. My friend's daughter is transgender. I wonder if they know each other. Alright, let's stop with those hypotheticals. I mean, don't get me wrong, I came here today to share my experiences with being transgender, but that doesn't mean I woke up this morning wanting to tell an entire audience what we're working with below the belt. But then Miss Hanson is like, that's inappropriate, Eddie, and you can't say that about people, and I'm just like, please shut up, stop calling attention to me, and everybody is looking at me. I think the problem is my gender is a language I cannot speak yet. I think of how many things I'd be willing to give up so that I could look so long and so flat and so sharp and so boy. And not just because the gender I was assigned at birth mismatches the one I actually am. Being trans is awkward because everyone else gets awkward when they're around me. People who support me and all other trans people wholeheartedly are often so scared to say the wrong thing, so worried not to know what they think they should know, that they never ask. Hush, boy, oh, hush, boy. Don't say a word. Throw on the jersey, no one gets hurt. But my curves are not something I am ready to be divorced of yet. I look down at my body and think, no, I will not abandon you. Not yet, not again, not like the rest of them. I think, girl, I think, girl, I think. So I pushed him to make it be over, you know? I didn't want to hurt him. Oh my god, if I had wanted to hurt him, he would be hurt. But then Eddie starts crying, and everyone is staring at me, and I can hear what they're thinking, but that's not me. When I came out to my dad, to my great relief, he was totally okay with me being trans. But when I mentioned talking about physically transitioning, he freaked. And I quickly realized it was because he, like so many other people, thought that physical transitioning meant only one thing: the surgery. Gender roles impose control and deceive progressive times. Girl, you have been unwanted in so many hands, and I cannot turn traitor to my own powder pink. I cannot bleed the woman out of my lungs. I have tried, and she does not go easy. Instead, I wear woman like a coat, 2 sizes too small. It doesn't fit anymore, but it smells like home. What do you do when you're given the choice between 2 costumes and neither of them have enough elbow room? Now, listen, if there was one magical surgery that could turn me into a tall, muscular, societally perfect image of a man overnight, I'd sign up in a heartbeat. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. First off, because they're expensive, and health insurance is just beginning to cover them. No, instead, the first step for a trans person seeking physical transition is normally hormone replacement therapy. So why is everyone pointing at me and calling me boy names, and I don't even look at people anymore because I'm too scared they'll see and they'll know I don't want to be picked on or picked out or picked for anything. Just leave me alone. Hush, girl. Oh, hush, girl. Just bat your eyes. Play our little game. What do you do when the word woman is the only one that shares all the violence that has been done to you for daring to look so sweet? Play our little game. There's no distinct point in a physical transition at which point a trans person becomes their true gender. As soon as they tell you their new name and pronouns, that's when you start using them. Play our little game. What do you do when the word woman isn't wrong? It's just not the whole story, and you don't have a word for your story. The truth is, we trans people are so much more scared of you than you are of us. And being trans means a daily onslaught of these misconceptions. And I have it pretty easy. I'm a white, able-bodied guy, nearly at the peak of privilege. For non-binary people, for trans women, for trans people of color, it's so much harder. Maybe someday when I say, "Hi, I'm Jack and I'm transgender," the only response I'll get is, "Hi, it's nice to meet you." So that's why I pushed him! To make it be over. So can I please just get in trouble and then it's just over? I just want it to be over. Please, please, make it be over. Please, play our little game. Won't you play with me? At the end of the day, I have no quarrel with my body. Only the things everyone else seems to assign to it. Only these words that feel so useless up against the person I've worked so hard to love. Only woman, ill-fitting as it sometimes is. What I want to know is, am I allowed to hold woman at arm's length and love it like my favorite dress? Am I allowed to put it down when it becomes too much to carry? Thank you.